Hey, what is up lads? Cats and Corral here, back playing Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. In this episode we're going to be continuing on with where we left off in the last trial. Just right after Makoto landed into that pitfall, or that garbage pit, way down, where we got there because Altrigo saved us. So, we have him to thank for that. And basically gonna try and find a way out of there, and hopefully something will give us something will happen that will most likely help us out of there. I know it. I think I do. I don't know. Anyways, let's get on with this, yeah? Alright. I know I said that I know there will be something that'll get us out, but we'll I don't really know what specifically it's gonna be, but you know, I don't think we're gonna die here. That's why I think we're just gonna get out here. Anyways, there's a door over there. There's rubble all around me. Is that an airplane? How would something like that wind up in the school's garbage pit? I don't know, man. Oh, there's that. Wait, isn't that the rocket kit from the very beginning? A rocket? Wait, a tank? Too? Holy shit. Better not think too much about what I'm seeing down here. Ah, man. There's also stuff here. Oh, that's the desk we fell down with, right? This is a desk. It's probably the one that fell down here with me. Alright. There's only 4 that we can go. Of course, it's locked. It's still locked, Makoto. Now, no matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't gonna be that easy. Well, if I'm not gonna get out of here anytime soon, I decided to look around for some food. Aw, damn. I tried to look for some rotten food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. That was pointless too. Oh, not even rotten food, man. Oh, that was... okay. Now you're gonna search for water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are an all-around bad idea? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides, but that's still not a reason to give up, because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was sleep. Ah, of course, conserve energy. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left, after not being able to eat or drink. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed, and all I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. Oh, something did fall down, I guess. What the? Strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched the pile of garbage jostle and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down here? It fell from above. Well, it smells like garbage. Look at this thing. It's a fucking pit. And a really tall one at that. Alright, let's choose this. See what's here. Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand out toward whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
Oh, Kyoko! A giant piece of trash? Rude. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was. Oh, just from the voice.
It smells awful.
Yes, it does.
Indeed.
Kyoko. You look like you're doing better than I expected. Look at Kyoko. I like this. This is basically my mascot right here now. Maybe I'll change it to this, but I don't know. We'll see. You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing down here?
So...
Is it obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You got a bit of garbage in your hair. Ooh. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again.
Hey.
Damn it, Kyoko. Noodle cup is actually good decoration on you. First, I have something for you. Go ahead, eat it and eat it. We can talk once you're finished. Oh, blessing. I only got food. Thank you. Snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way toward my stomach. Phew, that really hit the spot. Now I got all the energy I need to keep going. So, you still haven't given up then? Of course not. After all, the fact that I can't keep going forward is all about all I'm good at. Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. Kyoko? But Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me?
So...
To pay a debt. Or, no, to atone. But atone for what? During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Don't say that. You didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you. Well, we all act in self-interest, I say. But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason I had to survive, no matter the cost. Well, actually, she did say in the trial that there's a big mystery in the school, and if that she was killed off, it will never be solved, or something like that. Why did you have to survive?
It's true.
I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive,
In other words,
is so that I can do what I came to the school to do. What? I made up my mind to come to Hope's Bay Academy for one very important reason. What would that reason be? So you have some reason to coming to Hope's Bay?
Indeed.
That's right. At least I did once. Once? Till recently, I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot? But that's... I have no memory what my purpose was. Is she getting back some memories? Like bits by, like little bits. I'm just gonna let this play out. Then, is it really true? You lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember, Makoto? You remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at the school? Oh yes, I did. We just woke up. You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too. And when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself. A disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. Couldn't remember why I'd come to the school. I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems too convenient. Wait. I'm just gonna say, I know the mastermind ultimately has something to do with it. I think he does. Either that or maybe the headmaster itself. I'm not saying that the headmaster is the mastermind, I'm just saying either the headmaster of the school or the mastermind of this whole plot is the one that wiped our memories, but who knows. Anyways, are you saying you think you lost your memory because... I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. But why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability, somehow they would interfere with my mastermind's plans. True. We don't know about her ability now, or her ultimate. Her purpose, no one really knows. Kyoko might. Kyoko doesn't know, I think still, but I think maybe she had an epiphany, probably right after we were done, or we finished the trial, so that's why I think, I'm just putting it out there. Maybe her abilities, like the ultimate, I don't know. Ultimate investigator, maybe investigates heavily and then She gets all, she figures out everything, what happened, and basically pieces it together, and she's right. Who knows? She is an ultimate after all. So the mastermind just stole them from you.
However,
It could also mean, somehow, our memories may be connected to the mystery of the school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things myself this whole time. But if what you say is true, why did you ask the rest of us to help you?
why is that?
If I did that and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. That's a true statement too.
Correct.
What? Well, don't make too big of a deal of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, you can't ignore it, right? The mastermind, one of us. If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However,
Also, memories are kind of personal, so I'm just putting that out there. Probably don't want to discover a lost memory of yours that, along with a friend that's trying to help you with that, locating that lost memory, you know? That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because among everyone, you were the least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but... I see. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind.
I understand. I
Right,
should understand everything.
Oh, we're seeing
My
this again.
goal isn't to get out of here.
Goal is to
It's-
get out here?
To stay here.
There's that dream again. It's just like the dream I had before, but... Why did that just happen?
listen.
Are you okay? Oh, yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right? Who knows,
Hey.
man? Even now, I still trust you, you know? It's just, I'm not used to relying on others.
Correct.
I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just your personality. Stopped her again. You said you had a reason for doing all of that investigating on your own. So, how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So,
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose. My ability! Ooh. What's your purpose or your ability? You mentioned your ability. My ability. What everyone should have known for me for. I'm the ultimate detective. Oh yeah? Well, that does explain how she just touches dead bodies on the crime scenes. Like, handles it normally. And how well she can see the crime scene, no matter which crime it is. It's like a blank new slate. New crime, what's new? Anything? Whatever. I don't know, I'm just rambling now. And the reason I came to Hope Speed Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school. Who is this? You had to find someone? Who?
so,
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope Speak Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. What?
in other
That's
words,
your dad? I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Oh, Kiyoko's dad. He's Hope's Peak's Madmaster? And that explains. An alter ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. Wait, oh, so that explains her behavior. When alter ego said that the headmaster might be a man in late 30s
no
or
matter
something.
what.
My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. Makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense.
However,
But listen, Makoto. I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't a mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then, what did you see in there?
So...
The room had been ransacked, the shelves were a mess, and desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right?
it's true.
That was my assumption, yes. And to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. A map?
Indeed.
It's a layout of the entirety of Havoc Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room, along with Makuru's profile on that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for facility use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time. I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that room would likely hold more clues. So I went
Correct.
to check. That's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
However...
Once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. But why? Why not? So what was it like? That part of the school, I mean. It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized what's going on in the score is more horrific than we ever imagined. What do you mean?
So...
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself. And I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. Sounds like it must be important. And really ominous. When are we gonna get out of here? Kyoko, can you
However-
please use the key? Oh, there's more. Which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. Yeah? It has to do with Mikuru Kasaba, doesn't it?
However...
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi. So then, who did kill her?
Anyway...
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mikuru Kasaba was to get me killed. Get you killed?
Indeed.
Well, I stole the key and disappeared. In retaliation, they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me. True. She did come out and steal some stuff from Monokuma. Especially that key that can open doors, any door in the school. And also the fact that she's the ultimate detective and the reasoning of her coming to Havoc Peak in the first place. I think those are the main reasons. The stealing of the key and the profile of Makuro, I think were just a tipping point. That's
Correct.
what I believe. That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly. True. With minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Havoc Peak Academy at your discretion.
In other words...
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules? That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by their school regulations.
Hey,
There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mikuru Kasaba. Is that there was a point where Mikuru may not have become the victim. Could have been you, Makoto. Talking about when that person came into my room? I feel like that's what you're talking about. Could have become the victim?
indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean when she came to your room? Yeah, that one. During the night?
I
can hear them, you know? The footsteps of the god of death. What are you on about now? What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases, just like this.
Anyway,
Which is exactly what happened with you. In the dorms? I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairway and I saw a white shadow across the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room. Ooh.
correct.
I went into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However,
Oh, bless your soul, man. That wasn't the end of things, of course. Stop them, but that led to whoever the masked assailant was, they ended up dead.
correct.
And then murder was disguised, and Doja Key wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of the mastermind in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. The work of the mastermind, huh? So all of this would mean that whoever killed Makuro is also the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad if true. That means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Hey, but doesn't that create another contradiction? Contradiction of what? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're right. That is a contradiction. I guess so. Wait. And it's not just Makuro. They need the class trial to kill you. But it seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction.
In other words,
So what does it all mean? It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. Wait, so there's two. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Makuro was the ultimate despair. And that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not?
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused the event. We're talking about
That's right.
what happened a year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. A tragedy. Whoever's responsible for that, they're the ultimate despair?
It would seem
That despicable group who only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Then they're
indeed.
make no mistake. They're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. Damn! And that ends off chapter 5. The end. It's all there. Also the little silhouette of Makuro isn't there. I think it was next to Sakura. Like when it popped up. Got the Dream Island rocket present. I don't know what that is. And I'm not gonna save the data just in, of course. So I won't use so when my video corrupts it won't. I don't have to start from a certain beginning. Anyways. Ultimate Despair. A group of people caused a tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people would put together this killing game and began broadcasting it through the entire world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That isn't the mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. But right now, we have to get the
Anyway,
hell out of here. Right now, we have to get out of this horrible place. Choose that, man. Get the hell out, man. Figure out the rest of the story. Come after. Yeah, you're right. Got the key, right? Yoko, do you still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool that we got from the Headmaster's room?
indeed.
Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I'll never part with it. I can open any door to the school, right?
That's right.
Okay, that's big for itself. Then should we be able to use on the door, right? Okay. Let's check it out. Hey Kyoko, we can use that key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out. Hopefully we can open it. Kyoko took out the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole. And then... it opened. Yes, it opened.
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Oh, finally. We were finally free. But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief. Because the real fight has just begun. Wait, why? Ooh, chapter 6. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. And it's instantly a deadly life in that one. No daily life. So does that mean the last free day in chapter 5 was the truly last free time event? Damn, look, I didn't even fill out my port card, man. Whatever. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves... shit. We found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up, like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up to the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. Oh, ooh! Ah, of course it's blacked out. The pantsuit. Kyoko's pantsuit. Come on, man. But whatever. The internet's a lovely place. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down.
Hey.
Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you said that, I'm kind of getting kind of nervous. Don't think about it. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off it. So Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long?
So...
Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time where being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then, is your family famous?
wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Huh? But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So...
Right.
Because we take pride in it. Pride?
Indeed.
A detective is neither light or shadow. I would say a detective just brings the truth. That's what the best detectives do. It doesn't bring it for evil or the truth. Or not evil or good. Just the truth. And the truth can be a little bitch sometimes. Just putting it out there. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. Oh, kind of like what I said. We stand neutral in all things. To do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. Conceal your existence, mate. Conscious effort?
It's true.
But why conceal it? It's kind of old-fashioned, but I can't say it's entirely rational. But it's our family's creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Family tradition, I can respect that. Because like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride. So that explains. That explains before, when I came here, when I was looking up info about the school online, I never saw anything about her. Oh, true. I do remember that now. Because she hid herself on purpose, to protect the pride of her family.
However...
And yet, I gave up some of that pride. Huh? In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, it's because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
What?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? Then what's the purpose of meeting your father then? But you'd be reunited after all those years, right? You would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I wanted to talk to my father about.
However,
There is something I want to say to him though. Huh? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is that?
So...
I want to sever all ties with him. Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young. So I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented. He had a promising future.
However...
But he had no interest in detective work. Okay. So he cut himself off from the family. Long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, and he had a huge argument. When I was young, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him. Damn. So Kirigiri was basically abandoned by her father? But then, I guess the death of her mother also kind of left a dent in her too. Damn. That's deep stuff. I wouldn't blame Kyoko's dad if he wasn't really interested in detective work. Not gonna lie. My family is basically hospital work. Don't really have interest in that. Rather do Q basic. Just
Right.
stuff happens. The tree changes, you know. The family tree changes. If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I had gone with him, I would never had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that. What she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that, compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true.
However...
There's one thing I can never forgive. Really?
So...
Demanding the way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing. But the rest of my family looked at me. They saw something different. They saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
Correct.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past. In order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family, dude, you cut him off like that.
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we really connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey.
Is blood really enough to call someone family? Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that. I didn't know how to respond. Well, I had kind of shell-shocked too. But I don't know how she felt. I don't know how her childhood was. I don't know your childhood, Sonnies. Anyone who's watching. I'm just gonna say, technically, you are family. Might not be on the same page as always, but hopefully you can work something out. Maybe cut ties. Who knows? I said nothing. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. And after I don't know how long, I finally reached the top. If this was fucking, I don't know why, I was thinking about Snake Eater while they were climbing up that ladder. Had in my mind. Oh, there's a hatch. It looks like this is it.
Indeed.
On the other side of the store, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. Oh, it's still Hope's Peak.
That's
Where's
right.
that? Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly sure that's where we'll come out. I locked it earlier, so it shouldn't open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. Ooh. The hatch opened with ease, and so... Oh. Looks like we're back. Ooh, we're back in this trash room, man. But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Bad, dude. Now we're back at Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I would have never gotten out of there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. So what's the plan, Kyoko? So what do we do now? A plan to... I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, I'm worried about you too. You helped me, so they might...
Listen.
You're worried? Yeah, of course.
So then,
Let's just get a concrete answer. Huh?
in other words,
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. No, wait, that's...
however,
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we're found out. It's not like we can run away. She said that... She's pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. Oh damn, I forgot there's a surveillance camera here. So you're saying, rather than stressing out over getting caught, you should just give up now? Don't worry. What you think is going to happen isn't. Because the mastermind isn't the one that's ensnared. The mastermind is ensnared. You said something like that before.
so...
The masterminds stood exposed during the investigation into Makura's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down. There was?
Right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. It'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. True. I'm still a little... No, I'm super uneasy about this. But we don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. Alright. Gotta teleport all the way towards that lovely floor. Damn. Yeah, at least I teleported. Now, Monokuma, you in there, son?
Well now.
Hey. Kyoko, I don't mind so much.
I
Monokuma's supposed to be dead.
believe it!
What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are you really gonna be okay? You're supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do? If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but it is the rule. So I gotta punish you.
Angry!
And this time I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko,
Right.
do whatever you feel like. Do whatever you feel like you have to. What?
However,
But before you do, let me say one thing.
no.
If you execute him with Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right? I lose.
Hey!
You! Explain yourself. What do you mean by that?
Because...
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
in other words,
I was supposed to be chosen as a blackened and then executed, right? Hey, what are you talking about? Ooh.
however,
Monokuma's stumbling on his words now. But when Makoto chose to overlook my lies, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting. Because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
right.
And in response to that unexpected development,
Indeed.
he reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blackman and trying to execute him. He made the choice of the desperation. No more than that. He must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
However,
But there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter ego. Never imagined the possibility of being that could come to our aid even if we killed it.
am I wrong?
Now, here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill it. Makuro, you did. Oh.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would truly be a violation of the rules, which I know you love so much. If the Blackness explodes, they alone will be executed. That's what he told us, right? And that means I lose? You talked a big game. You're saying the Blacken isn't me and not Makoto.
Well?
And you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't. Don't just say it like that. What is this comedy routine? You make such bold claims without a shred of evidence.
that doesn't matter.
I have any right now. But with a little more time, I can guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there's only ever one absolute truth.
Pum, pum.
And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type?
Because
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. Would have been gripped by the despair you so love to inspire.
however,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
What the heck?
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence.
indeed.
I'm not trying to convince.
Hey,
If you were trying to execute Makoto, now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Huh?
indeed.
Oh, she remembers the... Wait, how does she know that? Imagine what everyone out there would look like. They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope. Ooh,
Hey.
truth. Speak the truth, Kyoko. Of course, you can say we're making all this up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. Keep getting mean. If you want to earn our despair, fear, and
That's what we have to do.
Okay. I suggest you take my advice. So, what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
You could do Makoto's trial all over again. Only this time, you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown.
Oh,
One final battle between hope and despair. Hey,
hey, yeah, Kirigiri. Well, that'll make a proper climax, wouldn't you say? Fair trial. One last showdown. Wait, no, wait. One last? If that's if those are true words, then that'll be the final trial of the game. Possibly even near the end of the game. Well, there are 6 chapters to this, so this is the final chapter. This would be our chance to expose the true identity of Makoto's killer, or the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word. What would he say? Monokuma. Interesting.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed. Barry?
What's wrong?
Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So time for bear jokes. Now that you suggested might be possible, it might be certainly make one honey of a climax.
in other words,
Does that mean you accept?
You guys!
If you don't do your things your way, that would be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? It would cause you unbearable despair, right? Would it be better to agree to your terms? When your hope went out, oh my despair claimed victory.
I can barely
Let's have
contain
one final
myself!
grisly showdown. He agreed. And we still have a shot at this.
Barrett!
But this is the long-awaited climax, right? This is guessing the killer's barely a fitting end.
You guys!
So for this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. All the mysteries? That's right. Every last mystery that's pawing around the school. If you can do that,
I can barely contain
will be
myself!
enough to qualify as a victory for you.
It's true.
And that's what we've been trying to do all along. Okay, well, good. Let's bear it all. You can claw your way to the truth of Makura's death and solve the mysteries of the school,
You guys!
and you can win. But if you can't do all of that, we'll all face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement. When you've learned the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? We're as excited as you,
Listen to
I'm
me.
sure. When we've covered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this all had turned out.
Hey,
But before we all get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held?
What's wrong?
I remember that for sure. So what?
hey,
I just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement? You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations. Having a trial for Makuru is no exception to that. Huh? Makuru's trial is no exception? It's part of the regulations? Which would have to mean that whoever killed Makuro... It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but... Okay, enough with the puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but... This killing game began with 16 students. All of them high school students. The only people to take a single step in Holy Speak Academy since the game began are those 16 students. What?
listen.
Are you telling the truth? Maybe? Who knows? Why do you go quiet all of a sudden? Oh, you're just gonna let that.
I'm
Done talking. I got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would you? Why so mad?
Whew.
Seems emotionally unstable.
Hey!
Leave me alone. Get out of here. Okay, I'm going. You really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. Super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair. Yeah, keep laughing,
Hey.
son. Come on, Makaro, let's go. Okay. Okay, that's a lot of letters. Don't want to read that. Makoto's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. Just like that, we were out of the gym. Damn, just like that? Still nighttime though. I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still have my life, and we still have a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Still on about something, Kyoko? Once again, I wasn't Kyoko's dad. Oh, shit, okay. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
However,
Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true.
whew,
But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to this? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
so,
They had no choice but to accept. Huh?
because,
It's all because of that one moment, like, that the mastermind let their guard down, like I said. When Monokuma was disassembled? So when was it that the mastermind could let their guard down?
so,
I wasn't there to hear myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? They said that they hijacked the airways to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that.
listen.
And what do you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over this airways seems so unbelievable.
Indeed.
To exactly read about something like that happening every so often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However,
Yet somehow, the mastermind was able to do it.
in other words,
But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. A reason?
So...
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost, us killing each other. They wanted to show the world?
it would seem...
The mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all of their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that does make sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anyone.
In other words...
So the mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other, and show that off to the world. But why?
Correct.
To prove a point, most likely. Prove a point?
Hey,
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept. You're talking about hope, right?
that's right.
And for those of us who represent hope, to kill each other and sink into despair. The mastermind wants the world to see, to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal, as ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right, it is ridiculous. Completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motive... But is that really the only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto.
I know how angry it must make you, and yet that same motivation is what led to the mastermind revealing their weakness. Huh?
In other words...
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world. Their mastermind has to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the mastermind simply ignored their rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but one-sided slaughter.
At the very least...
At least that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves?
Indeed.
That's precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of the regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished. But in my case, they couldn't lend the finger, I mean.
Right.
Well, Junko did. Didn't he kick Monokuma? I think so. So instead, they tried to use the class trial to kill her, right? They began a trial that didn't have a right answer, that made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion?
Indeed.
To prove the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words...
It would only do the master harm to have it shown that they violated their own regulations. But all that was just a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge?
However...
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got the chance, because you believed in me, and another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much of the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have a sight of clue.
Wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning, especially I was making a bet.
Whew.
But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh. I took as a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell if you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident the moment we decided to talk to him. While presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation persuasion, wouldn't you say? Well, that's true. Plus, if I'd show any uneasiness, that would have just made you that more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic.
However...
Anyway, we can't just relax yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time.
Correct.
Or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the mastermind, it will cost us our lives. There's no other option except to win.
Hey.
But before we can begin to find a battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone.
However...
Is that really possible? Huh?
Anyway,
right now we have to go find the others.
shall we go?
Probably in the dorm somewhere. Shall we go? Alright. Well, I'm thinking of ending it off here, but I'm gonna have to check the timeline, so yeah, I'll be right back. Alright, it's about 55 minutes this episode, so I'm gonna end it off here. Hopefully when I get to the students it won't take that long, and I think we will go into another investigation because of what they said about mysteries and stuff about the school, uncovering them. So yeah, anyways, thank you all for watching. Leave a like if you love this episode, and don't forget to subscribe and share with other friends. And now I have to go sleep, so I'll see you whenever episode I'll make next, lads. Peace.